This is the one book that I must read for this readathon. Hello my loves, and thank you for joining me. It's Kirsten and we are doing the Relax and Readathon 24-hour announcement. I hope you're all doing really well. This should only be a quick little video just to talk about the Readathon. For those of you that don't know, this is a bi-monthly readathon that I host. We have a bingo board and a Discord. I will have everything linked below for you, so if you want to join us on Discord, feel free. Couple of opening disclaimers about this though. Do not feel like you have to do this over 24 hours. Feel free to sleep, because I definitely will be, and feel free to use these prompts, double them up in any way that makes sense for you, do whatever you want with it. The idea of this readathon is just to remind ourselves to take a little bit of time to relax, and you might as well read while you're at it because it's so important. So this is kind of like, see it as your self-care reminder every other month that you need to take a bit of time for you. It is so important. With that out of the way, let's get into everything about this readathon. So this time it's going to be taking place on October 12th. Again, if this date doesn't work for you, change it to a different day, change it to a week, a month, do whatever you want with it. It's the most laid back I can possibly make it, so just up to you. I will be doing this on the 12th and I will be updating within Discord of what I'm getting up to, the books that I'm finding, like the initial thoughts and feelings and stuff. It will all be there, and then of course I will be doing a daily reading vlog which you will see after the readathon. And we do have our bingo board. Honestly, I love this bingo board because I think it reinforces the point of this readathon, which is to relax. So we have a mixture of 4 reading prompts and 4 lifestyle prompts. So I'm going to quickly go through the lifestyle prompts and then we'll get into the reading prompts and the books I'm going to be reading. So the lifestyle prompts are really, really simple. We have a hot drink or a beverage of choice, because not everybody likes a hot drink, although I adore a cup of tea, chai latte. We also have enjoy a cozy hobby. Now this can count as reading. So if you start reading for the readathon, well, that counts as your cozy hobby. But I know lots of us like to knit, do those like diamond painting, play cozy games on the Switch, you know, whatever you find is one of your cozy hobbies that you haven't had much time to do lately, take a little bit of time for it and don't feel bad about it. We also have go outside. Now again, this one is up for interpretation however you want. It could literally mean go outside, go for a walk, go to the park, whatever. It could just mean go sit in your garden or on a balcony, or if it's a particularly miserable day outside, open that window, just get a bit of fresh air is kind of the idea for this. And then the final lifestyle prompt is light a candle or have some music, kind of set your ambiance for your reading. I'm not a massive music person, but I do love one of those like ambiance rooms where you've got like the thunderstorm going on in the background with a couple of candles. Oh, love that. So again, these 4 lifestyle prompts are really designed to just do whatever you want. The cozy hobby one I've even used as baking as my cozy hobby for that readathon, so you know, whatever you want to do with these prompts, enjoy it. Again, it's just the reminders of do some things for a bit of self-care. Okay, but with that out of the way, let's actually get into the books. So we've got 4 reading prompts and I do have 4 separate books, and this is wishful thinking because it's very rare I actually read all 4 of the books. It's also very rare I stick to the TBR that I set, because I set these in advance to do these announcement videos a month before the readathon to give everyone a chance to get their TBR sorted and stuff. It means that by the time it gets around to the readathon, it's very rare I stick to this. Sometimes I scrap it and just read 1 book and make it work for all 4 prompts. Sometimes I do read 4, but it's different to what I initially set. It's a bit all over the place. I'll have the playlist link below if you're interested in any of the past readathons. But okay, let's get into it. And again, you can combine these prompts any way you want. So I'm going to do the 4 separate ones and then I'm going to explain how you could combine all of them. I'm sure you know with this already, but I just like to do it for anyone that's a little bit confused or a little bit worried that you can't combine the prompts. You can. The very first prompt is very, very simple. Read a book off your TBR, and I'm deciding to go with Mislaid in Parts Half Known by Shauna Maguire. This is the 9th book in the Wayward Children series, the most recent release. I'm normally really good at reading these very close to the publication date or like soon after it, but I haven't this time. So I would like to get on and read this. It's only a little novella. This one is under 150 pages, so it's not going to take me much time to read at all. I love this series. It is a portal fantasy series that combines folklore, fairy tales, everything together, and also kind of like the first couple books, like this murder mystery that's kind of going on. It's such a fun series. It asks the question of what happens to those children that went into different portal worlds, such as the children that went to Narnia or Alice who tumbled into Wonderland. But what happens when they come back? And I really enjoyed that concept. This is such a fun little series. The next prompt is to continue a series or a book you're in the middle of, and I have gone with Promised Neverland Volume 5. I love this manga series. I also love having some manga during these 24-hour readathons because I end up reading quite a bit in one day. I like to break it up with some manga. Again, the plan is normally that. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes I just get really engrossed into one book and I just end up binging one book. But I like having the option to break up my reading because I don't read any audio books to break up my reading. So having something that's manga is really fun for that. This one is a series that is following this group of children that are in this orphanage, and it's all seeming really good and fun and wholesome until they discover the very dark truth about this orphanage, and it goes from there. It is such a good series. I enjoy it so much, and I've been excited to carry on with this one for a little while now, so I'm very excited to read this one. The third prompt is to read a book you've been wanting to read for a while, and a while is kind of up to you. It's ambiguous. I've decided to go for a book that was on my October readathon last year, The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. I have to read it this year. This is the one book that I must read for this readathon, which is why I'll explain how this one could work for every single prompt as well. So this is the one book I have to read. It's less than 250 pages. I mean, so many people know what this book is about. There have been so many adaptations of this book. There's been a film, TV series and stuff that is based on this book, and I really just need to read it. I've actually read a Shirley Jackson book already this year, which is We Have Always Lived in the Castle, and that's given me an idea of what to expect for the writing style. But this one is a haunted house horror book that I'm very excited to read, that I've been putting off for years, but no more. We will be reading it this readathon. At the very least, we will be reading this one. 100% keep me to it. If I don't read it during the readathon, feel free to give me grief in the comments because God, it's about time I did. I've been putting it off for far too long. So yeah, very excited to read that one. And then the final prompt is to read a short book, and I'm going with another manga volume, and that's Promised Neverland Volume 6, which I won't get into because I've already spoken about this series. And again, just to break up the reading. So I feel like in reality, there is no reason why I shouldn't be able to read all 4 of these books in one day because there's not many pages. The manga, each manga probably is going to take me about an hour to read, and then the total page count for the novellas that I'm going to be reading is what, 400 pages? There is no reason why that can't be done in one day for me personally. If you read less in one day, that's absolutely fine. Everyone reads at their own speed, and it doesn't matter whether you think you read slow or fast. You read at your speed, and do not judge yourself by comparing to other people. Just for me, this is doable. However, like I say, I'm notoriously bad at sticking to these TBRs, and there's even been points where I've only read 200 pages in the readathon because I just wasn't feeling like sitting down and reading all day. So that is why I'm saying I'm definitely going to read this book, and it will count for all 4 prompts. First of all, it is a book off my TBR. Once I have started this book, it will fulfill the second prompt of reading a book I'm in the middle of reading. It also does the third prompt, as we know, as a book I've been meaning to read for a while, and it is a short book, being only 250 pages, well, just under. So this one book will fit for all 4 prompts, so even if the day comes around and I'm not feeling like I want to read loads during that day, I can at least just read this one and still complete the readathon. So I hope that answers any questions about the readathon, reassures you that you don't have to read 4 separate books, although feel free if you want to, but just combine it in any way that works for you. Take this day to rest and relax, which is the point of this readathon. I think I've said everything I need to say for this. If you do have any extra questions, then please put them in the comments below. Like I say, I will have Discord linked so you can get live updates of what I'm up to. That link only lasts 1 week. If you need a fresh link, please just give me a nudge in the comments below and I will give you a fresh link. The bingo board will be available on Discord and also on my Instagram stories. I have it saved in a highlight. So yeah, I think I've covered everything. I'm honestly hoping I stick to this TBR. I think in reality, the books that I'm most likely to read will be The Haunting of Hill House and then the the 2 manga. I think that is what I'm going to reasonably read. Hopefully I get to the other book, but we'll see. But these, I mean, these two I've been wanting to read for ages. It took me a little while to get hold of the 5th volume, so that's definitely something I've been wanting to read. And then this one, like I say, I have to read it for this readathon because it's just getting out of hand with how often I've said I'm going to read this book. But we'll see, you never know, I might have a really good reading day and get it all done, or I might decide no, I'm just reading the one, or change it completely, which I'm hoping doesn't happen because I need to read that book. And the thing is, I've heard it's really good. I've had loads of you say that it's a really good book and you've really enjoyed it, so I have no excuse not to read The Haunting of Hill House. It intimidates me for some reason. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you're going to take part, or if you're going to take part on a different day, or whatever you're going to do with it. Let me know in the comments below. Even if you don't take part, I just hope you get a little bit of time to relax for yourself. And I think if you've made it this far, what do we put? Let's do a spooky house, if there is a spooky house. If not, we'll just put a house emoji for The Haunting of Hill House. If you've made it this far, you just don't know what to comment. And thank you so much for watching. Truly, I appreciate all of you that takes the time to watch these videos. It means a lot, and I love the fact that we have this readathon that we can do every other month, and just being a part of the community in that way is just so lovely. So thank you. And if you have enjoyed this video, then please do consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribe, comment. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media link, anyone I've mentioned, which I don't think I have for this video, but regardless, everything is linked below for you, and I will of course catch you in the very next video.